Planning to apply for the Canadian PR but are confused between IELTS or CELPIP? Then this video is for you because one wrong move can cost you money, time, energy, and CRS points. Hi, my name is Sanjita. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and also a language coach who has helped more than 100,000 students in their IELTS, CELPIP, PTE, TOEFL, as well as Duolingo tests. Today, I'll be breaking down the difference between the IELTS and the CELPIP test so that you can make an informed decision. So let's get started. First and foremost, these two tests are evaluating your English proficiency skills. However, IELTS is more widely accepted by many countries, whereas CELPIP is focused on the Canadian immigration. So, if you wish to get the Canadian PR or citizenship, you can incline towards CELPIP. However, if you're still very confused as to which country you wish to apply to, then I would recommend that you stick to the IELTS test as it is widely accepted. Point 2, mode of administration. So, if you're someone who's comfortable with using a computer and typing on a keyboard, then you can go with either IELTS or CELPIP because both of them offer computer delivered test. However, if you're someone who's only comfortable with writing on a sheet of paper using a pencil, then you have to by force just choose IELTS because CELPIP does not offer one such option. So if you're someone who's very underconfident when it comes to their typing speed and feels like you will not be able to complete your task 1 as well as task 2 in the allotted time, in that case stick to the IELTS paper based test. Point 3, the format. Now, listening, reading, and writing are pretty similar in both of the tests. However, in case of the IELTS test, the speaking part is an interaction between two people, so there is a human examiner. However, in case of the CELPIP test, you are talking to a screen. So a prompt is flashed on the screen, you read the question, you understand it, and you start talking to the screen. Now, which one should you go ahead with? So if you're someone who's comfortable with interacting with people, an examiner, and you don't feel anxious, nervous, or judged by another human being, then you can stick to the IELTS test wherein there's human interaction. However, if you are an introverted, shy person who feels judged and is not comfortable talking to another person and would be at ease talking to a screen, then you should choose the CELPIP test. So it again depends upon your personal preference, whichever works better for you. Point number 4, which one is easier? Now, I've been asked this question at least a gazillion times, and my answer has remained the same throughout all of these years, which is that you have to take one mock test of IELTS and one mock test of CELPIP and then decide it for yourself which one you have found easier. Having said that, the general notion in the population or the aspirants, as far as I know, is that CELPIP is easier because of its writing module. A lot of people are scared of the IELTS writing task 2 especially, which is the essay writing, and they dread that module so much that the replacement, which is the CELPIP writing wherein you have to write a survey instead of an essay, is found to be simpler. The second reason is the speaking test, wherein a lot of candidates find it more comfortable and less hesitant to talk to the screen rather than talking to an examiner who's like judging them in real time. So then again, it boils down to your personal preference. And one major disclaimer, the scoring is exactly the same. It's not like CELPIP is lenient and IELTS scoring is not lenient. It's the structure of the test basically that you have to focus on, and depending upon the mode of administration, the speaking test, and all of these factors, keep those in mind and then decide accordingly. All the very best. I hope you like this video. If so, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members, and don't forget to subscribe because I'll soon start creating content and all the different types of questions that are asked in the CELPIP test. So far, if you see all the other playlists that we have on our channel, it is based on the IELTS test. I've covered all the modules: listening, reading, writing, speaking. Now I'm gonna get started with CELPIP. Stay tuned. Bye bye.